I think he's frozen.
No.
Alan, can you hear us?
I hear you fine. Are we live?
Says we are.
He's counting me. Hello, everyone. This is Alan Schimmel, CEO of MeteorOps, editor-in-chief of DevOps.com. And thanks for joining us for this special event broadcast. It's a red letter day, not just for our friends at Jfrog, but for the whole DevOps industry. Let me introduce you to our guests. They're the three co-founders of Jfrog. And I'm going to start, I don't know if it's the right or the left, but I'll say the man in white. We'll start from the man in white. It's Fred.
I'm Fred Simon, co-founder and chief data scientist at Jfrog. Really happy to be here. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Fred. It's Fred Simon. And the man in the middle, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. You probably don't recognize us. We are all well-dressed today. My name is Shlomi Benheim, CEO and co-founder of Jfrog.
And last but certainly not least, the anchor on the right.
Hi, Alan. Yoav Landman, CTO and co-founder of Jfrog.
So, gentlemen, first of all, as we say here in America, Mazel Tov on the IPO this morning. What a great. First of all, it was an amazing. I mean, if you're following the stock price, it's been an amazing ride already in just a few hours. But what a great accomplishment. And yeah, I don't want to gush, but I've been interviewing you guys for 3 years, 4 years maybe now. And over those times, I've gotten to know each of you and the company. Couldn't happen to a nicer company. There's a reason why Jfrog went public today. I have my own views, but guys, tell me what's the magic? What has enabled Jfrog to reach these heights?
You want to go first?
Well, I really think that at the end is solving customer pain. Right from the beginning, we felt that DevOps was a need. It was not called DevOps when we founded the company, and it really grew afterwards. But seeing what was needed, seeing the need for speed in terms of software releases and software delivery. And so we created this continuous software release management category. And we made product that made this journey a lot easier for all this company. It grew out of, I guess, compassion for the pain of our customer. And this is where we are today. Looks like we did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll add to it, Alan, that obviously when you look at our customer portfolio, the Fortune 100, the top 10 on every vertical, I think that to add to what Fred mentioned, to be focused and to be a good listener and a humble vendor to the community. On top of that, the focus of the company, focusing on binaries, on software packages. As Fred said, before it was even phrased DevOps, we were focusing on solving the pain, but also on building the expertise around managing binaries for the industry.
And I'll add to it that the pain we solved, so it's very true that Jfrog is a pain-solving company. It came from being developers solving pain for other developers. But the pain we solved was a pain around automation, around software release automation. And that trend just kept being amplified over the years. So we started with binaries, we started with managing releases and the complexity of hundreds of thousands of binaries in a release. Then DevOps came along in the middle of the life of Jfrog. And even today, in the era of COVID, we're seeing how much automation and being able to release software fast plays a critical role and basically allows the world to sustain as it is today. So I think that's also contributes a lot to the success.
It is, but you guys left out, I think, one of the most important things. It's the frogs. Shlomi, I'm surprised at you, right?
Yes.
I get a chance to see all the DevOps companies, not all, but most of the DevOps companies in the world. I get to speak to their CEOs. I get to speak to their people, to their customers. There's not another company that has the frogs, that has that culture. And that culture comes from the top down, right? let's talk a little bit about what makes being a JFrog special.
Thank you. Thank you, Alan. Yes, you've been with us since I don't know, 4 years ago, and you saw the company scaling. Our biggest challenge was actually that. It's all about the culture and the people. Scaling the business is one thing, staying efficient, becoming profitable, those are very important challenges in every company's life. But being able to do all of this and keep our codex, our set of values, and making sure that we keep the culture as you saw it 4 years ago, all the way to a public company, I think that was a great privilege. I think we have ordinary people, exceptional group of people in 14 different countries, over 600 frogs that are doing a great job listening to the community, solving their pain, but also being very faithful to our set of values that was built like everything else from the bottom up.
Absolutely. And I think today's success is a testament to them. I'm sorry, Fred, go ahead.
No, I mean, being authentic about what we do and what we are solving and how we are approaching the problem, and all the way down to every frogs, and every frogs really feel like they have this mission and they have this responsibility to really help the world create better, high quality software and distribute it. And everybody feels it. And yeah, it creates this amazing culture at the company. And we really, really happy that we have these amazing folks working together.
Yeah. Another way of looking at today's kind of events and as a mark is, look, I myself started DevOps.com about 7 years ago, and you know, my wife's family still doesn't know what I do for a living here. They don't understand DevOps, right? And the world in general, when you mention DevOps, you know, people shook their heads. They weren't sure. Is it a fad? Is it going to go away? Does it work? Is it a real thing? Is it a real thing? It's a real thing. JFrog today, at a $4 billion plus valuation, it's a real thing. So in many ways, this is vindication that, yes, DevOps is real. But now, where do we go from here? Where does JFrog go from here? Guys?
Yeah. So obviously, we're going to expand. We're going to grow. This growth can be organic or inorganic through acquisitions, of course. There are markets that are still awaiting this digital transformation to happen, and this change in automation in software release management, especially in distributions. One of these markets is IoT, where this automation is just nascent. And we're going to expand our portfolio as part of this growth. There's lots of things for us to do.
Yeah. I want to emphasize that the digital transformation that our customers are going through is not easy. When you are a car manufacturer for hundreds of years and you're used to making cars, and now the number one kind of product that your customers are interacting with is the software you are making, you need to go through this transformation, and it's painful. And we need to create better and better software to help them go through this process and help them distribute high quality software all the way to the cars of the world.
You know,
By
as
the
Mark
way,
and
the car industry is just one example of this transformation.
yeah, now every company is a software company today, right? As Mark Andreessen says, even the car company, even the tax collectors, everything. They all run on software today. So, guys, you know, we look at the DevOps horizon, the DevOps market. I don't know, there's maybe 700 companies that play somewhere in the DevOps food chain, if you will. A lot of them, 690 of them, are sitting here watching you three today and saying, that's where we want to be. That's where we want to go. That's what we need to do, right? So, number one, what advice do you have for your compatriots also out there in the DevOps space? And number two, do you think this opens the door to other rising tide lifts all boats? to other DevOps companies, joining JFrogs on the public markets?
I'll take this one, Alan. First of all, JFrog is honored to be the first core DevOps company that went public. That's a great privilege for us. It's more than a pat on the shoulder. It's the confidence that the market has in our tools and how we change together with them the way that software is being built, test, release, and deploy, and having this CSRM, this continuous software release management, in place in order to enable digital transformation for them. When you think about the DevOps market, this is a very big, confusing, as you said, a very big and confusing market. A lot of companies are providing services to this circle of DevOps. But when you think about the core DevOps of building faster, testing, securing, releasing, and deploying, and having it all continuously, I think there is a lot of room, and we see a lot of big enterprise getting into this field, making sure that their customers are also being transformed digitally. I hope that many others will follow. We see great companies in the area. We acquired 5 companies in our very short 12 years. And we see more to come because the addressable market is just huge, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year.
I can maybe just add one thing to it. One advice is keep listening to your customer's pain, and always look for a solution that covers that really provides the best solution for customers. It's not always what the customers would ask you to do, but it will be the best solution. So I think this is the pain-solving skills that Jfrog has developed along the years, and I think that's critical.
Sure. Two other areas I want to touch on. One is, look, as we sit here today, I'm glad to see the 3 of you together in one place, right? We used to see each other every other month at conferences and what have you, but of course not this year.
Yeah.
On the other, it's a different world. But on the other hand, COVID in some ways has been a catalyst for more digital transformation, for faster digital transformation. When we look at companies like JFrog, while there's so much suffering in the world, economically, health-wise, everything else, it's created more demand, not less, for the kinds of solutions that JFrog offers, yeah? Where do you see, how can you give us some examples? And I know I've interviewed you many times. Some of the things JFrog has done to help with COVID research and stuff like this.
Well, first of all, Alan, I thought in the first few weeks of the pandemic with the shelter in place, I kind of enjoyed being apart from these guys, but then we started to miss each other. And what we have learned, to seriously address your question, is that COVID crystallized the need of what we do. Everything we do today, even my daughters are learning from home. The roadshow we took, we had few weeks meeting investors via Zoom, no private jets, no special fancy dinner. It was all powered by software. And if you ask yourself what COVID changed, COVID actually helped us to stay engaged. This is how we meet our customers. This is how we meet our community. This is how we take this interview. And if you will not be there, faster than your competitor with a secure software at the edge where your users engage with you, then you will fall behind. And then, as we say in our website, either release fast or die. And we saw those dinosaurs of not adopting software kind of being replaced, and the new era of software that is being updated behind the scenes seamlessly, or what we call the vision of liquid software, is happening. This is not just a dream anymore. It's a reality that takes place in the world's biggest organizations, and we are honored to have them as our customers and friends.
Yeah. Guys, we're almost out of time. I got one other area I wanted to cover. So as I said, over the years, I've gotten to know each of you. And as you said, JFrog is about 12 years old. But before that, the three of you worked together at other companies, right? In fact, the three of you have been working together, what is it, about 18 or 20 years?
19, yeah,
Too long to remember.
and counting.
You know, so this is an overnight success. Then is what you're telling me, right? And
A
so,
long night.
who here among the three of you who thought that 19 years ago, or even 12 years ago, when you became when you started Jfrog, that one day you're sitting here talking about your IPO on the public market like this? Was that always a dream that you chased, or is it just that's something that happened?
Alan, when you speak about the trial angle of the Jfrog co-founders, I think that what you find is the balance between Yoav, Fred, and myself. Each of us know exactly what he's expected to do and what is expected to deliver, and the balance is complementary. It's like building a DevOps flow. Each one of us has his own role to make sure that Jfrog stay agile, efficient, strong, and growing. And I know that I will take my partners and my employees to any battle with me. That's my privilege in this journey, and I'm honored.
Yeah, thank you. And the only thing I want to add is, right from the beginning, we don't want it to stay local or stay only in one industry or one geographical region. We really wanted to solve this problem globally for every developer on the planet. And by just riding this wave and riding the DevOps wave, this is where we end up being. It's kind of looking backward, it looks natural, but there was a lot of work and a lot of energy and a lot of time on the way.
Yeah, I agree. And just want to say that if you have the joy of creation and you keep thinking big, it's not something that you envision. It's something that happens because the way that you act. So I think.
Okay, gentlemen, somehow we lost me. What happened, Paul?
We lost them.
No, I see them. I hear them.
I don't have them anymore. They lost at a rendezvous.
No, I see them. They're on my thing. Hello? No. Can we reboot? Do something? Restart it? Here, give me my computer, Andrew.
Because we're still alive.
I hear them. I hear you. I hear them. I think you lost, Paul. Is the live stream on?
It's still going. Live stream's still going.
All right, hold on.
Question mark for their video. What do you want me to do about the live stream?
Hold on. I got waiting to join the conversation. It's on your thing. All right. We lost him. Yeah, we lost it.
We just don't see them. I just got a question mark in the box. We're live right now.
So you just want to end it?
All right. It looks like we lost our stream to Jfrog. Congratulations to all of the frogs. Congratulations to the whole DevOps community. It's a great day. This is Alan Schimmel for DevOps.com. Thanks, and we'll be back soon or tomorrow